I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
2018 will usher in some unprecedented moments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, most notably being the culmination of the entire series in Avengers: Infinity War. But have you ever thought, who could have been playing my favorite superheroes along the way, and which directors were considered to helm those title pieces? JoBlo will dig deep into the dark pits of IMDb and the web to find out which actors and directors are today looking back at some of the biggest films in cinematic history and saying, it could have been me. Iron Man had been in development since the early 1990s, when Marvel was interested in pushing their hero similar to how DC was doing Batman and planning to do Superman again at the time. So Marvel brought in notable filmmakers to visit with Stan Lee and discuss their vision for movies based on Marvel's line of comic book characters. Stuart Gordon, who had just written Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, was asked to come in and discuss Iron Man. Gordon wanted an older Iron Man who was played by Johnny Depp. Did you know that? Marvel didn't like the idea much, and Gordon left the project by the mid-1990s. In 1997, Nicolas Cage expressed interest, but eventually backed out of the project because of a previous commitment to play Superman. But we can save that story for another video. A year later, Tom Cruise steps in and was ready to not only be Tony Stark, but also fully produce the film. With Cruise attached, all the film needed now was a director.
It's over there.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. You were saying?
Most notably, in 1999, Quentin Tarantino was approached to develop the movie. He was actually signed up to direct and write, but nothing ever came of this.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
Joss Whedon briefly became attached to the project in 2000.
There might be some films, maybe one day.
But he ended up doing another Marvel superhero movie instead. It's somewhere in 2003 when Len Wiseman is approached to direct the film. However, a year later, the offer has gone nowhere due to the tone of the films that Len Wiseman was making around this time. Paraphrased from an interview Mr. Wiseman gave at the time, I think that at the time, there was a concern that I was too dark of a director because I had only directed very violent, very gory, very dark films. And I think that freaked him out a little bit, that I was too dark of a director. In order to bring that lighter tone to fruition, Marvel announced that in 2004 they had hired Nick Cassavetes, who had just directed the romantic drama The Notebook. While the initial press release touted Nick as a hardcore Iron Man fan and professed New Line's excitement to work with him, things weren't smooth sailing, and negotiations between Marvel and Cassavetes stalled for over a year. During this time, the film's development is dealt a huge blow when Tom Cruise backs out of the project in February of 2005. It's not happening, not with me. They came to me at a certain point, and you know, when I do something, I want to do it right. As it was lining up, it just didn't feel to me like it was going to work. Cruise was right, because by the end of 2005, the film's development was stopped completely, and the rights to the film were sold back to Marvel.
Yeah, I can fly.
And this is when Jon Favreau was brought in. Favreau sought out actors he really wanted to work with. According to Sam Rockwell, he was called up for a screen test that ultimately never happened. Timothy Olyphant was also approached.
Wonderful actor Robert Downey Jr. and I, we screen tested on the same day. And I'm still waiting to hear back. And
Okay, and you got time now, yeah. Okay.
Now, I have only mentioned confirmed potential cast and directors. However, along this research journey, I also found some casting rumors that seemed to be true, but had absolutely no source quotes. So if someone finds me a source, please comment with the link, and I'll be sure to credit you in a future video. So two of the most notable casting rumors for Tony Stark that I could not verify were Clive Owen and Hugh Jackman.
Well, I mean, getting the part is one thing,
Yeah.
And then when John and I rolled up our sleeves and said, okay, moron, now we've got to go make this movie and make it great. And
Ultimately, Favreau wanted Robert Downey Jr. because he felt the actor's past was right for the part. Favreau said, The best and worst moments of Robert's life have been in the public eye. He has had to find an inner balance to overcome obstacles that went far beyond his career. That's Tony Stark. With Robert Downey Jr. in the role of Tony Stark, Iron Man was released in 2008 and became the first movie to pass the $300 million mark for the domestic box office. Reviewers credited the success of the film to both director Jon Favreau and star Robert Downey Jr., who they felt created a movie that was smart, engaging, and established Iron Man as a cinematic icon.
There's been speculation that I'm parading around as a superhero. I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to our channel for more in the future, and please post your suggestions for any future episodes in the comment section. This is Jesse Filmmaker for JoBlo.com. Thanks for watching.